Here's a graph of the cotangent. So let's just write that down here. So this is the cotangent of theta. You notice that the cotangent looks a lot like the tangent. In fact, it's just kind of reversed, right? So the first thing we're looking for is the domain. So the domain of the cotangent, again, I'm walking on the x-axis and I'm looking up or down. What are the places that I don't see a graph? Well, I don't see a graph at negative pi. I don't see a graph at 0, or pi, or 2 pi, or negative 2 pi. So I need a way of describing those guys. So I'm going to say it's that theta is our variable. Okay, theta is our x value. And theta can be any number it wants. So it's a real number. With the exception of the following. Theta can't equal multiples of pi. So multiples of pi are k pi. And then we have to say what k is. So k is an element of the integers. So let's just see how this works, because I have a feeling a lot of you are just writing this down and you're finding a pattern, but you're not really thinking about why you're doing what you're doing. So here's what's going on. Oops. Okay, so what's going on is this. If we test some of these out, let's say when k is 0, then theta would equal 0 pi, which is 0. So remember, these are the values that we don't want, and you notice that we don't want 0, because 0 is a place where I've got a vertical asymptote, and it's a place that cotangent is not defined. Cotangent is a reciprocal of tangent. If you think about cotangent real quick, cotangent of theta is equal to cosine over sine. And at 0 degrees, sine, or 0 radians, well, either, it's the same place, sine is 0. So that would be undefined. So we don't want it. That's why we put this, we do not want up here. Okay. What if k is 1? The next integer. So if k is 1, then theta will be equal to pi. And that's this guy. If k is 2, then theta is equal to 2 pi, and that's this guy. If k is negative 1, then theta is equal to negative pi, and that's this guy over here. So you see how we're getting all of those values out by just writing this one simple expression. So now let's talk about the range. The range for cotangent are all the values that I can see if I'm walking on the y-axis. Now notice I see a graph from negative infinity. Remember, I'm looking left and right here. So as I work my way up, I still see a graph left and right, and I see it all the way up to positive infinity. So my range for cotangent is all numbers, so negative infinity to infinity.